Hello, it's your neighborhood math man, Mr. D, and today we're going to be talking about the idea of multiplication and our multiplication facts. I made another video before with some mixed facts for kids that really think they know most of them and they want to kind of just try out some of these tricky facts. But today, all the facts we're going to talk about are going to have something in common, and it should be a little bit easier. So in third grade, we learn our twos and our fives, then our tens, and then the threes and fours. And in fourth grade, you'll try even harder things. Well, after you master your twos, threes, fours, fives, what we're going to do in this video today is practice our 5 facts. You guys in kindergarten, more so first grade, you learned how to count by 5. And we're going to use that as a skill to help us learn our multiplication facts. Here you have them written as groups of 5, or we could have 5 groups of something. So we're going to check for fluency. I'm going to kind of speed through this a little bit quicker. Normally I'll give you 3 seconds to answer it, but this might be kind of a longer video when I explain things a little more carefully. So let's go to some of these facts and see if you know any of them. I think there's 9 facts. So could you get, 5 of these right in a snap, or all of them? If you get all of these facts, you can probably skip on to my tricky facts video, or watch for fun and see if you could explain how you knew these facts and if it was a similar strategy that I'm going to teach you. Okay, let's try some out. All right, these are all 5 facts. Are you ready? We're going to go kind of quicker. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 7, 35. 5 times 3, 15. 6 times 5, 30. 5 times 9, 45. If this is a little tricky, that's okay. I'm going to teach it to you, and we'll talk about it, okay? If you're getting them right, way to go. 5 to 5, 25. 8 times 5, 40. 2 times 5, 10. That was a pretty easy one. So if you got all those right before the answer, awesome job. I bet you just know them because you practice. We've been learning how to count by 5s since first grade, really. So if you know these already, great. Let's see if you know your 3s and 4s or your mixed tricky facts. If you don't know these yet, let me show you how you can use the skills of counting by 5 and other strategies too to know the answers to these facts. Okay, 3 times 5. Oh, my camera might be blocking a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to show you some pictures of this stuff. 3 times 5 can be interpreted as 3 groups of 5. Let me show you a picture, and I'm going to drag my little, woo, let's go down here. Yay, that's fun. Okay, we have 3 groups of 5 up here, or 3 groups, and 5 in each. This is multiplication. And multiplication has the word multiple in it because we're going to have multiple of the same amount, a repeated amount. In this case, we could think of 3 times 5 as repeated addition, 5 plus 5 plus 5. Awesome. The commutative property is a way that we could flip it and have 5 groups of 3. And 5 groups of 3 will still give us the same product. Let me move up a little bit here. And I'm going to show you down here that we can get the same amount. 5 plus 5 plus 5 is also going to be the same as 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. It's the same answer. So we can switch the color here, and it's the same amount. In multiplication, we call that the product. So let me go back up top where I'm comfy. Okay. So if you know 2 groups of 5, 5 plus 5 is 10, just add another group. So 3 groups of 5 would be 15. We're going to go kind of in a different order. Whoa, that one was crazy. Okay. For 4 groups of 5, we knew 3 groups of 5 was 15. So we could just add another group. So we had 15 up here, right? 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15, plus another 5. Let me move my head a little bit. Would make, you know what it is? 20. Way to go. Okay. And yeah, the commutative property doesn't really help us there. 5 groups of 4 would be adding 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. And I think it's just way easier to add 5s in most cases. Let's look at another example. Like this fact says 5 times 6, and that would be 5 groups of 6. And would we want to add 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6? You could. That would get you the same answer. 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 6 is 18, plus 6 is 24. But that's not as smooth and easy as 5, 10, 15, 20, like we learned for a long time. So I would use the commutative property. Can you say that? Commutative property? Your turn. Yeah, some teachers call it the flip-flop, that we can flip the numbers around, the factors around. But I like to use the math term of the commutative property to make it, instead of 5 groups of 6, 6 groups of 5. So here we have the facts. Ooh, that was kind of cool. Boom. Oh, yeah. Here we have the 4 groups of 5 would be 20. And if we know 4 groups of 5 is 20, it just looks like we have 2 more 5s to add. So if we add another group of 5, 5 groups of 5 would be 25. And 1 more group of 5 would give us our answer. 6 groups of 5. We don't have to start from 5, 10, 15. We already know 20, 25, 30. Great. This is fun, right? Okay, 8 groups of 5. Now that's a whole bunch of 5s. So that's all these 5s. And you know what we could do? If you're just learning multiplication, you could have 8 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, that's okay. Or, let me give you an alternative. We can group them instead of starting from the very beginning. So I'm going to just do them in little clusters or doubling. So check out all these 5s. Okay? You know what 5 plus 5 is? Yeah, Mr. D, of course I know that. 5 plus 5 is 10. Yeah, 2 groups of 5 is 10. Well, we could double that, and we know 4 groups of 5 is 20. We have 4 groups of 5 here. 4 groups of 5 here. And then we have another 4 groups of 5. So we double it again. We double, double, double. 2 groups of 5 is 10. 4 groups of 5 is 20. 8 groups of 5, double it again. What are we going to get? 40. That's cool. And we can learn that for all the 8s. All the 8 facts can be double, double, double. We'll do that in another video. If you like that strategy and it's a little tricky and you want to try it again, I'll be making another video of just our 8s and just all we're going to be doing. Double, 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 double. Maybe just 3 doubles. That was too many. Okay. I'm going to mix in some easy ones too, y'all. You're going to feel good. 10 facts is easy money. You know? 5 groups of 10. Bang. 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. Everybody knows what 5 tens is. We can count by tens that easily. You don't even have to 10, 20, 20, 30. We know. You don't have to count it. You just know what the answer is. Does the commutative property help us here? Not really, dude. That's a lot of 5s, right? So sometimes flipping the factors helps. Other times, it's just a lot of work. So let's stick with it as 5 groups of 10, and we just know that answer. 50. I call this almost like a benchmark fact because we can use this fact of 5 times 10. So easy. I don't need to use a lot of brain power for that. I can use this fact as a benchmark to help me with facts that are close to it. Like 5 times 11, that would be easy. Or 5 times 9, we can solve that. And there's actually a couple ways to do this. We can use 5 times 10, or we can use 5 times 8. We just learned both of those. So we could think of it as 5 groups of 9 or 9 groups of 5. That's a whole lot of 5s. So we could go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Yes, we'll get the answer 45. Let's use our brain in a different way, though. And we could think of it like this. Remember, we doubled. 8 times 5, or 5 times 8 is 40. All we'd have to do would be add another 5. If this down here is 40, let's just add 5 more. Yeah. So the answer is 45. Or, which I kind of like a little bit more, to be honest, you could do 5 times 10. And you'd be saying, Mr. D, I knew how to multiply times 10 back when I was still in diapers. That's not true, but that would be impressive. 5 times 10 is simple. Does not need a lot of brain power. So if you know 5 times 10 is 50, 5 times 9 would just be taking one from each of 5 groups. So we take away a 5 to get 45. I love this stuff. 5 times 5, boom. You should know it. But let's use something in case you don't know it, okay? 5 times 5, well, we know 4 groups of 5, 20. If 4 groups of 5 is 20, that's a close fact to 5 times 5. Let's add a group of 5. So instead of having 20, 5 more would make 25. Okay, 7 groups of 5. Let's use the benchmark 5 times 5. That we just learned this, 25, right? We can use that to solve these other ones. Don't be scared. All these 5, we can count 5, 10, 15. But I'm going to show you a different way. 5 times 5 is 25. I don't have to start 5, 10, 15. No, 5 times 5 is 25. Let's start right there. Here we have 25. I'm not angry. I'm just excited. I love multiplication. Okay, 5 times 5 is 25, right? And then we just have 2 more 5s. We add 5 to 25. 6 times 5 is 30. Add 5 to 30. 7 times 5 is, you say it? 35. Awesome. You know what 5 groups of 2 is? Yeah. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yes, commutative property is better because we can flip that to be 2 groups of 5. 2 groups of 5 is just 5 plus 5. And that you might have known when you were in diapers. 10. Awesome. So those are all 5 facts. I used a bunch of different strategies for it. The easiest one would just be counting by 5s. Like counting by 5s, however many times the other number is. But there was some other stuff I kind of showed you I hope was really intriguing. The doubling, the using a close fact. Using a fact you know to help you find a fact you don't know. So these are all kind of the facts. We just did the 5s. I'm going to make another videos of the 2s and the 3s and the 4s. And I've been making those tricky facts kind of mixed in for if you've actually, you already know most of these facts. So I hope that was really helpful. And what you should do now is go back through the facts that I did that you were kind of like, what is he talking about? I don't know 8 times 5. Okay, so let's make a little flashcard of it. Like if you don't know it, you put it on a Post-it note, you got a card, and you just practice until you know it. We want to know these without thinking too much. Like if I ask you, what's your favorite food? Pizza. What city do we live in? Houston. What's 4 times 9? 4 times 9, that wasn't even a 5 fact, but it's 36 because I know all my facts. So thanks for hanging out. I miss you guys. I hope you love doing multiplication as much as I do.